What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to Vic Drives. So I've got a couple more mods for the Vet. So the side profile of the Z06 is arguably one of the most iconic because it's also one of the most rare Corvette side profiles, I guess, in existence, because most Corvettes are in the coupe style, have a tailgate that goes a little bit further back, whereas this is the fixed roof coupe version, so the tailgate is basically identical to the way that it would look on the convertible versions. But to me, it's always seemed like it's missing a little something at the back. And that is where our first box comes in. Right down there, we got a Spoiler King box. It's a tiny little lip spoiler, but I guess we'll see how it fits. And then the second thing that we have is one of my biggest gripes with this car, and it's this antenna that stretches from Earth to the moon. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this atrocity and replace it with something a little bit smaller called the Stubby. So the first part of our install here is really easy. This should just screw right out. And there it is, just like that. Do a little wizarding magic over here. Toss that out. And then we should just be able to unscrew our little Stubby antenna. Right there. Give you a little size comparison. The original and the Stubby. So there goes that. And just like that, the car looks about 5 times better, I'd say. And once you've opened up the Spoiler King box over here, you're gonna get a little license plate cover, which I can't use because my license plate cover is where my rear view camera is. And what we're all here for, which is our spoiler. So this spoiler is not like most others where it's like a hard cover. It's kind of like a molded plasticky thing. So let me switch cameras here and I can show it to you a little bit better. Okay, so here's our new spoiler. Kind of just rip off the back there and pull this guy out. And so essentially this entire spoiler is held on by 3M double-sided tape, and it's like the heavy duty tape, so you don't really need to worry about it falling off. But basically I'm going to tape this guy on here something a little bit like that right there, and like that. I'm gonna go grab a tape and like measure it up real quick, but this should theoretically give you an idea of what it'll look like. Alrighty, so I went ahead and measured out this the spoiler. It came out to about 57 inches. So I split it down the middle and I made a line on the outer edge of the tape right here at 28.5 inches, which is smack dab in the middle. And then I have watched like other videos and stuff about the spoiler, and I found out that this point right here in the middle of the Corvette logo is the center of the entire hood. So I drew a line back from there and then made a little tape mark on the trunk. And because this is a plastic spoiler, it basically needs to fold, or I guess mold itself into shape. So I'm gonna let it sit in direct sunlight for a little bit just to kind of let it do its thing. And then once it's done, I'm pretty much just gonna peel off this tape and the tape underneath and then attach it to the car. So as far as prep goes for this car, I'm so sweaty, it's so hot outside. So as far as prep goes for something like this, the first step is to wash your car entirely, which I did. I did that yesterday, but apparently you guys don't like watching me wash my cars. So I went ahead and just didn't even bother recording it. And then what you're going to want to do is basically clean the surface with isopropyl alcohol or something, just so that, you know, the tape actually sticks properly. And then you're pretty much good to go. If you feel like your car has like some rough spots or anything like that, you could hit it with a clay bar, and that would essentially remove anything that could prevent your spoiler from really sticking all that well. And yeah, I don't really have much more to add. I should say the price of this spoiler was about $110 on Amazon. I'll try to see if I can find a link for you guys and put it down in the description. When I was buying it, it was one of like the last 10 available. But Spoiler King does have a couple different variations. They have like a bigger one and a smaller one. So this is the 284p, and I believe they have a 289p as well, which is a little bit larger than this. But I felt like this added just the right amount of, I guess, contour to the car to make me happy. So I went with this one, but I will try to find a link to both and put them in the description below. So I guess I'm going to let this do its thing, try not to have the sun kill me, and come back and show you guys the results. And there she is. So that right there is step one of a couple of modifications to the C5 Z06. I think it's not too extreme, but it's enough for me to notice. I like it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And before we end the video, we'll just do a quick radio test and make sure that the antenna still works. Okay, so obviously I can't play that music because if I do, then copyright strikes and all of that. But I can confirm that the radio does indeed work. It's 95 degrees outside. No wonder I was dying out there. But yeah, so the Stubby doesn't really lose that much coverage, at least out here. To be fair, I do live in the middle of nowhere, so if I was going to lose coverage, this is where I would be losing it. So suffice to say, I'm pretty happy with my purchase. I do have a whole lot more that I have planned, and like all the parts are here now. There's actually one sitting on my porch right now. That will probably be next week or the week after. I kind of wanted to do one set of mods together and then another set in a different video. That'll make more sense next week. But if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm gonna go for a drive because it's been a really long